Hello everyone and welcome back to ZakLiT educational channel. So this is the part 28 rapid revision series and we are going through the 5-star revision. That means the 5-star concepts which are very frequently asked in the environmental science entrances. So without much delay, let's get started. So guys, let me remind you again, there are 27 videos in this mega revision series in which you will get questions which are very frequently asked, and definitely they will help you in the upcoming examination. So go through these videos, the link is provided in the I button, and get ready with your notes so that you can write down the important points which we are going to discuss in this video. The first thing, the first star concept which we will be knowing today is a numerical. It is also very frequently asked, as I have said. So let's read the question first and then we will know how to solve this question. The question will ask that 50 mm, that is 50 millimeter of rainfall was recorded during 30 minutes of rain in an area of 2.5 hectare. The total volume of water that fell on that area during the rain would be of how much meter cube? That means the volume of water that fell on that area. So this question has come in the previous UGC NET environmental science paper. So how to solve this, we'll know. Very simple. So it is a simple mathematics thing which you should know, basic thing. So the volume, to calculate the volume, the area that fell on, it will be millimeter of rainfall in meter. That means rainfall which fell on that ground, we have to convert it in the meter into area. So area of that place on which the rainfall fell with amount of rainfall fell, that will be in the meter. So here it is given that 50 millimeter, but we have to convert it into meter. That is the main thing, to convert it in the SI unit. So 50 millimeter is equal to 50 into 10 to the power minus 3 meter. So it will be giving the meter form. So here what will be that? It will be 50 into 10 to the power minus 3, it will be in meter. Similarly, hectare, the area is given in hectare in this question, as you can see, 2.5 hectare. We have to convert it into meter square because already we have converted rainfall millimeter into meter. So similarly, hectare into meter square. So 1 hectare, we all know it is equal to 10,000 meter square. If you don't know, note down this thing. So we have to convert 2.5 hectare into meter square. That means 2.5 into 10,000 will give as the meter square in the area form. So here total volume, simply multiply the rainfall in meter into area in meter square. So here 50 into 10 to the power minus 3 will be the rainfall in meter multiplied by the area of that will be 2.5 into 10,000 meter square. So meter square into meter will be giving meter cube, that will be the volume. So after doing all the calculation, we will get the value as 1250 meter cube. That will be the answer. So option 2 will be correct in this case. So simple maths. I hope you are able to follow this. If you don't, you can ask me in the comment section if you have any doubt. Let's move to the next important concept.
So guys, before going ahead, let me remind about the 4 mock test series for the UGC NET Environmental Science 2 examination, which will consist of 400 questions and give you a solid revision for the examination.
The next important thing is the biodiversity hotspot concept. It is one of the very frequently asked question. It can come in any form, any format in the question. So first let us know what are the things asked. So it is coined by Norman Mailer. This question also come, who coined this term biodiversity hotspot? First it was coined by Norman Mailer. So he was the one who coined this term biodiversity hotspot, and throughout the world there are total 36 number of biodiversity hotspot. And what are these biodiversity hotspot? It can be defined as the regions or place which are known for their high species richness and endemism. So these two criteria makes any region as biodiversity hotspot. Total 36 in our planet and coined by Norman Mailer. Now we should know which region will qualify for the biodiversity hotspot place. It should meet 2 criteria. 2 strict criteria are there. Number 1, the place or the region must contain at least 1,500 species of vascular plants. That means more than 0.5% of the world's total plants as endemic. That means only found in that region. It must contain at least 1,500 species of vascular plants, or 0.5% more than that of world's total endemics. Now which is to say, we can say in the simple term, it must have a high percentage of plant life found nowhere else on the planet. It is the simple term for the first criteria. Second criteria, it must meat, it should have lost at least 70% of its primary native vegetation. So it must have lost 70% of its primary native vegetation, or we can say in other word, it must have 30% or less of its ओरिजिनल नेचुरल वेजिटेशन. सो अपने नेटिव और ओरिजिनल वेजिटेशन का उसमें अभी सिर्फ 30% ही लेफ्ट होना चाहिए एंड 70% उसका लॉस्ट हो चुका हो. सो दिस टू आर द क्राइटेरियाज टू मीट एज ए बायोडाइवर्सिटी हॉटस्पॉट ऑन आवर प्लैनेट. Next, move to the next slide to know more. So here, biodiversity hotspot in India, we should also know. This question also come. There are total of 4 biodiversity hotspot in India. Number 1 is Himalayas. So it includes the entire Indian Himalayan region, and that falling in Pakistan, Tibet, Nepal, Bhutan, China and Myanmar. Next is Indo-Burma region, which includes entire Northeast India except Assam and Andaman group of islands, and Myanmar, Thailand, Vietnam, Laos, Cambodia and southern China. Third biodiversity hotspot in India is Sundaland. Sundaland, it includes Nicobar group of islands and Indonesia, Malaysia, Singapore, Brunei and Philippines. These are the islands which are coming under Sundalands also. Fourth, Western Ghats and Sri Lanka. This region is also biodiversity hotspot in India. It includes entire Western Ghats as well as the Sri Lanka region. So these 4 are the biodiversity hotspot. If you don't know, note down. If you know, well and good. So let's move to the next important 5-star concept. Next thing coming up from the abundant greenhouse gas in Earth's atmosphere. We all know if the Earth's greenhouse gas are exceeding their limit, it will lead to global warming. So it is telling that what are the correct order of the greenhouse gas abundance. That means which greenhouse gas is in maximum concentration followed by which of the greenhouse gas. So number 1 is water vapor. Yes, water vapor is the most abundant greenhouse gas present in the atmosphere. This question comes arranged in increasing order or decreasing order. You should know the order. First is water vapor. Second, carbon dioxide. Third, methane. Fourth, nitrous oxide, that is N2O. Fourth is ozone. Fifth is chlorofluorocarbons. And sixth is hydrofluorocarbons, which includes HCFCs and HFCs. Hydrochlorofluorocarbon and hydrofluorocarbons. So here these things you should know from increasing to decreasing like this. Top is water vapor followed by carbon dioxide, methane, nitrous oxide, ozone, CFCs and HFCs and HCFCs. So this thing you should note down. Let's move to the next important concept. Next is Earth's discontinuities on the Earth's surface. So here inside the Earth's surface there are crust, mantle, core, we all know. So here we should know what are the discontinuities name. That means the discontinuity or the layer between upper and lower crust of our Earth is called as corner rod discontinuity, and discontinuity or the layer between lower crust and upper mantle is called as Mohorovičić discontinuity or Moho discontinuity. Don't get confused, both are same only. Next is the discontinuity between upper and lower mantle is called as Repeti discontinuity or Repeti discontinuity. And Gutenberg discontinuity हम किसे कहेंगे? It is the discontinuity between lower mantle and outer core region. Finally, Lehman's discontinuity is the discontinuity or the layer between outer and inner core. It is also called as Bullen discontinuity. For some of you, it will be the first time you will be listening to this term, Bullen-Lehman discontinuity or Bullen discontinuity or Lehman discontinuity. All these three are same. Between outer core and inner core, that discontinuity is called as that. So I hope you have noted down and you are noting down all these things which we are discussing in this video. Let's move to the next important concept. Next, as we have discussed about the earth crust, mantle, core discontinuity, let's know about their composition. Yes, this question is also very frequently asked question. First, starting with the earth's crust composition, approximate percentage by weight. Number 1 is oxygen. Second composition is by silicon. Third is aluminium. Fourth, iron. Fifth, calcium. Sixth, sodium. Seventh, potassium. Eighth, magnesium, and all other elements will be coming into the 1.5 percentage by weight. So maximum by oxygen approximately around 46.6%, silicon 27.7%, aluminium 8.1%, iron 5%, calcium 3.6%, sodium 2.8%, and potassium 2.6%, and magnesium 2.1%. So this table you should make it and you should remember these things. So as we have discussed crust composition, let's also know about mantle and core. They are also equally important. Mantle भाई का composition क्या है? The mantle's composition, earth has an upper mantle as well as a lower mantle. Mantle divided into two parts. Upper mantle is partially melted or in molten form, and it contains iron and silicon metal compound. So upper mantle, iron and silicon metal compound. Lower mantle is completely molten. It is not partially melted like the upper mantle. Lower mantle is completely molten stage, and it contains iron, magnesium, silicon and oxygen are also present. So these things you should note down. Mantle's composition. Coming to the core region, core's composition, the core is made almost entirely of metal, specifically iron and nickel. Yes, iron, nickel, most of the composition of Earth's core. And you should know Earth's outer core is a fluid layer that lies above the solid inner core. So inner core is solid in nature and outer core is fluid in nature. So in shorthand, it is used that nickel and iron, we can say knife, nickel Ni, iron Fe. So the core's shorthand or short term, you can say it is a composition of knife, NiFe, nickel and iron. Next thing you should know, elements that dissolve in iron that are called siderophiles. So here one more thing you are able to know, siderophiles are the elements that dissolve in iron. It is also one of the frequently asked question in the examination. These are also found in the core region of our Earth. So these things you should note down, you should make table like that. I hope you have learned something new from here. You have noted down all these things. So I hope you have enjoyed this. Don't forget to subscribe the channel to get all further updates. See you guys in our next video. Till then, keep smiling and believe in yourself.